Results reaction now. Rituraj Sinha of SIS Group MD of SIS is now with us. Hope all safe with you and everyone at SIS. Can you just take us through quarterly numbers? What has been the impact of COVID? We spoke in between where you said that the demand has risen because people want to do more checks and demand for skilled people have increased. Can you just describe the quarter for us?
Well, thanks for having me. I think this has been a very solid quarter for SIS. It underlines the fact that our services are very essential in nature, in the sense that, even the Ministry of Home Affairs on 24th of March, when they announced a national lockdown, they categorized private security and facility management amongst banking and essential manufacturing, healthcare and telecom type services that needed to continue to operate through the lockdown. And our Q1 results is a testimony to that demand resilience and the supply side resilience. We have reported roughly 2170 crore rupees of revenue in this quarter, which is 8% up from last year. And even if you compare to the preceding quarter, Q4 FY20, we are very flattish. We did 2200 last quarter. We've done 2170 this quarter. So I think by all parameters, I think it's a solid quarter for us on the top line. Just underlines the fact that you need security and facility management in good times, but you need these services more in crises.
How do you see operational performance shaping up, considering that all these things are getting essential now? Do you think that such sort of demand will continue as things start to open up?
Well, I think security today has become the first line of defense. You can't enter a building or premises of any kind without a security guard doing your fever check first, doing your hand sanitization and other COVID protocols. Similarly, facility management has largely become about infection control, hygiene and sanitation, which are like business continuity imperatives. Whether you're running a school or a hotel or an office or a corporate park, hygiene assurance, infection control is of paramount importance to the customers and employees. I see broadly two trends. As India unlocks and businesses reopen and we are trying to get back into normalcy, I see two big trends. The first trend is that the operating expenditure for customers like factories, offices, and even schools, etc., on security and hygiene will go up. And that's very special because, we are seeing cost cuts across the board, but security and facility management are an area where people are willing to actually spend more in view of what's happening around us. Second big trend that I see is that consumer behavior is changing. Consumers today are clearly preferring for larger, expert, reliable market leaders as compared to cheaper service providers. So suddenly quality over cost, that is a big shift in the market. So I think overall it augurs pretty well for our outlook as a market leader in this space.
All right. Rituraj, if you have to break it down for us, within your different business segments, there's domestic facilities management, like you mentioned, security. Where did you see the most traction, the most growth in the quarter gone by? And how do you see each of these facilities shape up going forward? I mean, let's say in July, what sort of traction are you witnessing from your clients?
Well, the good thing is that, whether it's our India security business or the facility management business in India or our international business, all our businesses have seen good traction. They have maintained at par revenue. The gross margin has been intact across these businesses. So I think it's generally a standout performance by all the different engines of growth for SIS. But having said that, let me call out that I see, the COVID pandemic to be a turning point for the facility management segment particularly. On a long-term basis, I feel that this is going to be an inflection point, a turning point of sorts, and this business will take off. Today, the hygiene consciousness for businesses, the importance of sanitation, the focus on infection control and disinfection services is at an all-time high across the various types of industries, segments, and businesses. So I think we are going to witness a surge in demand in the coming quarters for our FM segment in particular.
All right. Well, Rituraj, you definitely do have more exciting times to come. Thank you so much for joining us. All the very best then, for the coming quarters. And I hope your team as well at SIS stays safe amidst this pandemic. All right, we will do one thing. We will take a very short break right here on the show. Don't go anywhere.